Welcome to our channel StatMaster. So today we are going to discuss a new topic which is a different method of data collections. So here we are going to discuss how to collect the data. So whenever you are going to do any kind of research, you are going to collect the data. So what are the methods we can apply to collect the data? So that we are going to discuss in this video. So first of all, we have to know that the two way we can find out the data. One is called primary way, another is called secondary way. So in the case of the primary data collection, so you have to find out the fresh data. So whatever the new data you are going to collect, so first time you are going to collect some data which is called primary data. And the secondary data, so it is already there, you no need to collect the data, so it is collected by someone else. So this kind of data is called secondary data. So first of all you have to choose which kind of data you are going to apply in your study or in your research. So that is either it is primary data collections or either it is a secondary collections. Now if it is a primary data collection, so there are different methods we can apply to collect the data. So if it is a primary data collection, so different three methods we can apply. Like one is called observation method, so second one called it is a interview method, and the third one is questionnaire methods. So we'll discuss one by one. So how we are going to apply the observation method whenever you're going to collect the data, the primary data. So observation, by name you can understand the observation method means you are going to observe something. So by looking or by searching something, you are going to observe some items or some research in the field or in the laboratory or wherever it is, you are going to observe something, that is called observations. So that is observation method. Now the observation methods have three different types, which is called one is structured and unstructured observations, and next one is the participant and non-participant observation, and third one is control and uncontrolled observation. Now in the case of the structured and the unstructured observations, what we have to do, so structure means whenever you are going to collect the data with a proper design, you have the proper design of the structure, you know what you are going to observe, so you know the presence of the observations. So suppose you are going to the market, you are going to observe the peoples, you have the you have the all design how to observe the people, how to observe the market. So this kind of scenario is called structure observations. So you have the design, you have the pre-planned design, and you are going to implement in this observation method, that is called structured based. And the another one is unstructured, so you doesn't have decided which way you are going to observe the peoples or observe the any research things. So you have not decided what is your plan, is not decided, your design is not completed. In that case it is called unstructured observation, it's not a structured based. So it's called unstructured observation method. And the next one is participant and non-participant case. If it is a participant case, so the observer will be present in this observing groups. In the previous case, if you are going to collect the data, no need to present the observer. Suppose if I am a observer, I am not going to present in that group. So anyone, I can send any other person, they can collect the data. In the previous cases, the structured cases. In the participant cases, the observer have to present there. Anyhow, observer have to present in that group. Those group, they are going to collect the data. Those group, they are going to observe the data. So researcher can verify the truth of the statement. If the researcher present in this group, so they can verify the truth of the statement. That is called participant observation. So observer will be participant in these cases. And then another case which is called non-participant observations. In these cases, observer is observing people without giving any information to them. So observer will be there, but they are not uh, give any hints they are going to be observing or not. So in that case, that is called non-participant observation. So in that case, observer is a observing people without giving any information to them. Then it is called a non-participant observations. That is the case 2. Now third one is the control and the uncontrolled. So whenever you are going to use control observation, it's depend on the laboratory cases. If you are going to do any kind of experimented, in the lab based experiment. In that case you can use the control observation. So in that case it's a whole controllable based condition is there, some parameter you can apply, that is called control observation cases. So into the lab based categories, if you are going to do any kind of experiment with a lab instrument or any chemical instrument, so in that case it's called control observation. All are controllable, the situation, the conditions, the laboratory, there's all can control the situation, that is called controlled observations. And the uncontrolled cases, the uncontrolled case basically it's applied the when you collect the data writing a report. So if you are going to write a report, we are taking the references, we are working on the literature on the different study. That type of study is called uncontrolled observation. We can taking the all the references, all the literature from the other, those are working the different field, different areas, and different locations. In that area we are going to apply the references category, that is called uncontrolled observations. So we are not going to we are not going to control that kind of observations, but we are going to help, we are going to take the references from that observation. So that is called uncontrolled observations. So these are the three categories of these observation methods. We can apply it in a different way. You have to think about your study, then only you can apply the three different observation. Now the next method is called interview method. So all of you know that interview means it can be oral or verbal communications. It can be one-to-one communication or it can be one-to-many communication. So in that process is called interview methods. It will be oral, verbal communication. It can be one-to-one or many cases we can apply the interview. There are several way we can take the interview. Like you can say a structured interview. Interview means you have pre-decided the questions or the topics, the discussions, the areas you have already decided. That is called structured interview. So you have decided and you can talk about these topics or questions. That is called structured interview. And the unstructured cases, you doesn't have any question preparation, so you suddenly ask some question, the next question you have to think about that, and then you can ask the different questions. So that is called unstructured base. You have not decided which type of question you are going to ask, so that is called unstructured based interview. Now the focus basically used for the particular topics. If you are going to select a particular topic, suppose if I say the COVID-19, so if somebody have to talk about the COVID-19, somebody have to talk about the COVID-19 vaccine, so the particular topic you have to decide it, and that is called focused interview. So in the based on the focus topic, based focus topic I have to discuss, that is called focus interview. The clinical interview basically used in the medical field. In the medical field, if you are going to talk about the patient's diagnosis or patient history, that kind of interview is called clinical interviews. So you are talking about the medical related the things, the diseases, whatever diseases he or she is having, or the past history, or if you're asking of the medical history, so that is called a clinical interview. And the group interviews, if you are the group interviews, which is called also the GD, you are taking the more than 6 or 8 people together and asking some question or discussing some topic, so this is called a group interviews. And the qualitative and the quantitative interviews, it's basically depends on the viva types. If you are taking a questions of viva, it can be qualitative question they can ask, it can be quantitative questions. So this type of interview is called qualitative and the quantitative interviews. The individual interviews, one-to-one communication, if you're talking about some person one-to-one, so that is called individual interview. Selection interview, you have selected some person, you have selected some specific person to talk about some discuss about some topics, that is called selection interview. And the last one is the depth interview. So in the depth, the details, if you're going to talk about any topics, that is called depth interview. In the details are talking about 1 hour, you have a special talk about 1 hour, special discussion about 1 hour, so this particular topics, that is called depth interview. So these are the different types of the interview schedule, different type of category of the interview. You can apply it in your research, in your study, so that you can use. And the next method is called questionnaire method. Questionnaire method, you can understand by the methods, it is a basically you have to give some questions and the person who will be response to your question, and you have to collect the answer from this question. So the respondent have to answer the question on their own. The questionnaire is sent to the any person or selected samples with the request to answer the question and the return the questionnaires. So that is the process you have to apply whenever you are going to use this questionnaire method. Now the questionnaire, how you are going to create the questionnaires, so how you prepare the questionnaires. So before you are going to prepare the questionnaires, you have to know these four methods. So how the categorize the questions. So first of all is the open-ended questions. You can put a question, it's an open-ended question, it's a long discussion question, so that the people can discuss the details about some question, brief discussions that they can mention in the open-ended type of questions. And the close-ended, suppose you are going to put a questions, that is the option is a true or false, like if I ask do you smoke, yes or no. So this type of question you can put it in the close-ended questions. Multiple choice questions, which is called more than one answer should be there. If you ask some question, their answer can be with one, you have to choose from the four multiple option to one answer. In that category is called multiple choice MCQ type of questions. And the scale responses, scale means it's a Likert scale, 5-point rating scale you can apply it, or 7-point rating scale, like you can see here I have put it a scale like strongly disagree, somehow disagree, neutral, somehow agree, and strongly agree. This is a 5-point rating scale. So this kind of scale responses also you can apply in your questionnaire based category. So you can apply, these are the questionnaire methods. Here you can see some of the example, like do you smoke currently, yes or no. This is one type of question. This is a close ended question. Have you had any kind of following medical preventive test like exam, x-rays, stress test. So whatever option we have given, it is a multiple choice of questions. It's a multiple choice of question, MCQ type of question, the second one. The third one, you can see there is a scaling method we have applied, like a 5-point rating scale, which is a scaling responses. These are the different type of responses we have seen in this category. So we have discussed three method, like observation, interview, and the questionnaire method. Now I think you have get some clear idea how to collect the data in the different way. So that's all about hope you like the video, and stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.